everybody, my name is James Biskey, and this is the class on helping engineers get their dream jobs. So, a little bit about me before we begin. So, I grew up in a middle-class family in the Midwest in California, went to University of California in San Diego, studied electrical engineering, graduated 2005, and during that last year I had an internship at an aerospace company. And when I graduated, pretty much, I was able to get another job at another aerospace company in San Diego. And I was doing process engineering, which is pretty much like manufacturing quality. I got to run around the entire plant and figure out what was going on, figure out what was wrong, how to fix it. So then I moved from that, after 2 years, to a medical device company where I did electrical design. And that was really cool. We were working on some medical devices that really help manage patients' chronic diseases, and that was fun, and I learned a lot there. I grew. I eventually progressed to become a senior engineer there, but I was getting bored and I wanted another challenge, so I started looking for other jobs, and that's really where I learned a lot that I'm going to be teaching you in this course. So I tried, blasting resumes out. I tried going on websites and just kind of firing off one-offs and hoping for the best. Never heard back from any of them. And then I actually started going to grad school, and it was not for engineering, it was actually for business. And what the greatest thing about that experience is it taught me how to market myself. It taught me what was out there. It taught me all these tools that I learned to effectively look for a job and get my dream job at SpaceX, where I'm at right now. So, using those techniques that I learned everything from, before you even apply, what should your social network look like? What should, I'm talking about not just Facebook, but Twitter and LinkedIn, GitHub, all these other things that, that people care about when they're looking for you, assessing you as a candidate. So I tweaked all those kind of things. I was able to learn how to turn my contacts into warm leads for jobs. And so when I did submit my resume, I actually was not in this eternal like cyclone of thousands of applications, but I actually got into the hiring manager's hands and pretty much guaranteed that he or she would look at me. And that happened multiple times for multiple companies that I applied to. So after that, I actually interviewed. I did a lot of phone interviews at many high-profile companies. Some of the companies that I can throw out are Apple, Google. I was actually scouted for the Google X team, the Beats by Dre, and a toy company in LA that's really making strides. So I had a really good phone interview experience with all of them. And also Kaiser Permanente, which is a big, innovative healthcare company. So I learned how to really boil down my pitch to the basics and to what I could do for them, and to make them understand what I am going to bring to their team and to their work, how I'm going to make their lives better. So it wasn't about me, but it was about them, and it was about making them interested enough to bring me in, to talk to me in person, that's what it's all about. All these job application steps, it's really all about just getting you to that next point. So when you're on the phone with someone, you really want them to bring you in. When you're applying, you really want them to call you up on the phone. It sounds simple when you think about it, but really, if you have that kind of focus to every stage of the application, it's amazing how much more productive you're going to be. So yeah, I had several great on-site interview processes too with some of those companies, and they threw all kinds of stuff at me. They threw whiteboarding, where they'd say, here's a circuit, or like tell me about something you did, and draw it out so we can understand what's going on technically with it. So everything from that to situational questions, like where you're weighing different options. You have to tell them about different design trade-offs. How would you tweak this service so that it could handle more people, and when budget's an option. How could you tweak this device to have more accuracy. When you don't want to use, you don't want to increase the cost of your bill of materials, or you don't want to, to decrease your battery life, things like that. Also, pitching yourself so that you really want to accentuate the unique things that you are bringing to them versus other engineers that they might be talking to, and really not just talk about what they are asking for, but also talking about what they really need. And so what I did in business school when I was going through this whole process was that I was learning how they approach job hunting, but of course, being an engineer, I had to adapt it to my own search. So I really thought about how it applied to to me as a tech person, not as like an Excel spreadsheet person or marketing person. Nothing wrong with those people, but I'm kind of a nerd, so that's who I am.